Welcome to this explosive breakdown of one of the most talked about moments in daytime television history. Imagine this. It's a bright morning in New York City, the kind where the sun filters through the skyscrapers and casts a golden glow on the bustling streets outside ABC's studios. The View, that iconic round table where women dissect everything from politics to pop culture with unfiltered passion, is gearing up for another episode that's supposed to be lighthearted and promotional. Bennifer Lopez, the undisputed queen of multitasking, a singer, actress, dancer, business mogul, and eternal style icon, strides into the green room with her signature confidence. She's there to plug her latest project, a sizzling new album that's already topping charts and a Netflix film that's got critics raving about her raw emotional depth. At 55, Joy looks ageless, her caramel hair cascading in effortless waves, her outfit a chic blend of high-fashion streetwear that screams empowerment. She's no stranger to the spotlight after all. This is the woman who turned Jenny from the Block into a global anthem and built an empire on resilience. But today, something's different in the era, a subtle tension humming like static before a storm. The co-hosts are buzzing in their seats. Whoopi Goldberg, ever the wise anchor with her booming laugh and sharp insights, Sunny Hostin, the legal eagle ready to pounce on any injustice, Sarah Haynes, the relatable mom bringing warmth, Alyssa Fair Griffin, the fresh voice with conservative edge, and then there's Joy Behar, the 83-year-old firecracker who's been stirring pots since the show's inception in 1997. Joy, with her quick wit and no-holds-barred style, has built a career on pushing boundaries, but little does anyone know, she's about to cross a line that no one saw coming. As the cameras roll, the audience erupts in applause, and Bennifer settles into the famous curved couch, flashing her megawatt smile. Whoopi kicks things off with the usual flair. Bennifer Lopez, everybody, the woman who does it all and makes it look easy. Laughter ripples through the studio, and Joy dives in, chatting about her album's inspiration, drawing from her storied love life, her triumphs over heartbreak, and that unshakable Bronx grit that still defines her. She's animated, her hands gesturing like she's conducting an orchestra, sharing anecdotes about late-night studio sessions and the joy of collaborating with rising stars. The crowd eats it up, nodding along as she recounts a funny story about tripping during a dance rehearsal, a classic Joy. Turning mishaps into magic. Sunny chimes in with questions about representation in Hollywood, praising Lopez for paving the way for Latinx artists, and Bennifer's eyes light up, talking passionately about the importance of authentic stories. It's all flowing smoothly, the kind of segment that feels like a warm conversation among friends. Sarah asks about self-care, and Joy. Shares her go-to rituals, green juices at dawn, yoga flows that challenge her core, and quiet moments with her twins, Max and Dem, who are now teenagers navigating their own paths. The energy is electric, positive, uplifting until Joy leans forward, her glasses perched on the tip of her nose, that mischievous glint in her eye signaling trouble. She's been uncharacteristically quiet so far, letting the others steer, but now she adjusts her microphone, clears her throat, and launches in with a question that's equal parts curiosity and curveball. Bennifer, you've had quite the romantic roller coaster, haven't you? From Mark to Alex to Ben and back again. How do you keep finding these leading men who seem to fumble the ball? The studio chuckles nervously, but Bennifer handles it with grace, laughing it off as she quips, "Love's a dance, Joy. Sometimes you step on toes, but you keep moving." It's playful, disarming, and the moment passes. Or so everyone thinks. But Joy isn't done. Oh no, she's just warming up, her comedian's timing impeccable as she circles back later, probing deeper into territory that's starting to feel invasive. As the interview progresses, the other hosts sense the shift, exchanging quick glances, but the train is already chugging toward derailment. This is daytime TV at its rawest and unscripted, unpredictable, and about to explode in ways that will dominate headlines for weeks. Stick with me as we unpack every juicy detail, from the subtle cues to the shattering climax, because what happens next isn't just entertainment, it's a masterclass in boundaries, celebrity, and the high stakes of live television. And trust me, by the end of this script, you'll be replaying it in your mind, wondering if Joy went too far or if J. Lo just showed us all how to exit with queen-level poise. Let's rewind to the build-up, shall we? Because understanding the prelude is key to grasping the pandemonium. Jennifer's appearance wasn't random. The View had been courting her for months, aligning the slot with her promotional whirlwind. Her team saw it as a safe beta after all. The show has a history of empowering women, from celebrating career milestones to calling out industry sexism. J. Lo arrived early, as always, her entourage a well-oiled machine, stylists tweaking her look, publicists prepping sound bites, and a nutritionist with a post-show smoothie in tow. Backstage chatter was all buzz. Rumors of her rekindled spark with Ben Affleck after a brief split had tabloids in a frenzy, but Jennifer was focused, repeating her mantra, stay present, stay grateful. Cut to the Hot Topics segment wrapping up, a lively debate on celebrity privacy that's ironically prescient. Whoopi wraps it neatly, transitioning to the guest spot with fanfare, and suddenly, there she is, Jennifer Lopez, live in the flesh, radiating that aura that's made her a fixture in our cultural zeitgeist for over 3 decades. The applause is thunderous, genuine, a testament to her enduring appeal. She hugs each host, lingering a beat with Whoopi, whispering something that draws a belly laugh. Seated now, legs crossed elegantly, she sips from a water glass etched with the show's logo, her posture impeccable. The questions start tame. Alyssa's curiosity about her fitness empire, on-the-floor workouts that have millennials sweating in their living rooms. Jennifer dives in, demoing a quick hip shake that has the audience whooping, her laughter infectious. It's these moments that remind us why we love her, not just the glamour, but the relatability. The way she owns her evolution from in living color fly girl to Super Bowl halftime legend. Sunny pivots to her philanthropy, the grants she's funneled into arts education for underprivileged kids in the Bronx, and J. Lo's voice softens, eyes misting as she recalls her own childhood dreams scribbled on notebook margins. Vulnerability peeks through the polish, and the room leans in, captivated. Sarah, ever the heartstring tugger, asks about blending career and motherhood, and Jennifer opens up about the guilt of missed recitals, the joy of bedtime stories improvised into song lyrics. It's raw, real, and the co-hosts nod empathetically, sharing snippets of their own lives. Even Alyssa finds common ground, admitting the chaos of raising young ones in the public eye. Harmony reigns, the segment clocking in perfectly under time, but then Joy stirs, her chair creaking as she shifts, that trademark smirk playing on her lips. She's the wild card, the one who's sparred with guests from Meghan Markle to Roseanne Barr, always with a punchline that lands somewhere between hilarious and hazardous. Today, her target is Jennifer's love life, a topic that's catnip for clicks but dynamite in dialogue. So, J. Lo, Spilla, after all those high-profile heartbreaks, what's the secret to snagging another A-lister? Is it the dance moves or the margaritas? The line gets a titter, but Jennifer's smile tightens just a fraction, her response measured. It's about timing, joy, and believing in second chances. The pivot is smooth, back to her film, but Joy's not letting go that easily. As commercial break looms, she doubles down, her voice rising over the chatter. Come on, we're all friends here. Tell us, is Ben the one, or are we heading for Bennifer 3.0 flop? The studio hushes, the air thickening like fog rolling in off the Hudson. Jennifer's eyes narrow, a flicker of steel beneath the silk, and in that pregnant pause, the stage is set for the showdown that's about to redefine Too Far. This isn't just gossip, it's a collision of generations, of guarded stars and outspoken seniors, and we're all front-row witnesses to the fallout. But hold on before we hit the heat, let's linger on those opening beats, the ones that lure you in before the rug pull, because in the world of The View, every smile hides a strategy, every laugh a potential landmine, and Jennifer Lopez, bless her, walked right into the fray with the grace of a gazelle unaware of the lioness lurking. Fast forward through the pleasantries, and we're knee-deep in the interview's meaty middle, where compliments fly like confetti and the energy crackles with possibility. Jennifer's in her element, dissecting a pivotal scene from her new film, a gritty drama where she plays a single mom clawing her way out of systemic poverty, a role so close to her roots it feels autobiographical. Whoopi, the director's cut connoisseur, presses for behind-the-scenes magic. How'd you tap into that rage, that fire? It's Oscar bait, honey. J.Lo leans in, her voice dropping to that husky timbre reserved for truths. It's personal, Whoopi. Growing up in the Bronx, seeing my mom work 3 jobs, it fueled every take. I channeled the what-ifs, the dreams deferred, and let it rip. The audience sighs in collective awe, phones discreetly capturing the wisdom for Instagram Reels. Sunny, with her prosecutor's precision, follows up on the film's social commentary, lauding Lopez for highlighting wage gaps and immigrant struggles without preaching. "You're not just entertaining, you're educating," she says, and Bennifer nods vigorously, crediting her director's vision and the ensemble cast's raw talent. It's a love letter to collaboration, and the co-hosts pile on, Sarah gushing over the soundtrack's bops that had her dancing in the aisles. Alyssa, bridging the political divide, asks how such stories bridge red and blue America, and J.Lo's answer is a gem. Art doesn't vote, it unites. We all hurt, we all hope. Yeah, that's the universal language. Applause swells again, the studio lights warming the scene like a hug. Joy, however, has been biding her time, her fingers drumming a subtle rhythm on her knee, eyes locked on Bennifer like a hawk spotting prey. She's the show's longest tenured voice, a survivor of cancellations and controversies, her humor honed on stand-up stages where offending half the room was the goal. But today, her jabs feel less like jabs and more like hooks, aimed at the underbelly of celebrity myth-making. As the film talk winds down, Joy interjects with feigned innocence. "Speaking of hope, Bennifer, your love life reads like a rom-com sequela." Affleck, Lopez, Rodriguez. Back to Affleck. "Is this the plot twist where you finally get the happy ending, or are we scripting divorce number 4? The words hang heavy, the laughter forced this time, a smattering from the back rows masking discomfort. Bennifer's composure holds, but her laugh is a touch too bright, her reply a deflection wrapped in wit. "Joy, life's no script, it's improv, and I'm ad-libbing my best lines." The hosts jump in to smooth the ripply Whoopi with a quip about her own marital marathons. Sarah sharing a rom-com binge-watch tally, but Joy is undeterred, circling like a shark scenting blood. The break comes and goes in a blur of applause and ad spots for fiber supplements and car insurance, the guests returning with fresh mix and renewed vigor. Back on air, the pivot to music, Bennifer's album, a sonic tapestry of reggaeton rhythms and soulful ballads, born from pandemic isolation and post-divorce rebirth. She teases a live snippet, her voice soaring a cappella on a chorus about rising from ashes, the studio falling silent in relevance before erupting. Sarah's misty-eyed, begging for tour dates, and J.Lo obliges, painting visions of stadium spectacles with aerial dancers and lead heartbreaks. Sunny probes the empowerment anthems, linking them to #MeToo echoes, and Alyssa chimes in on the business savvy of her Revolve collabs. It's all synergy, all glow until Joy strikes again, her timing surgical. "Beautiful voice, Bennifer, but let's be real, does Ben duet on those heartbreak tracks, or is that just method acting for the next split?" The question lands like a mic drop in a library, the audience gasping audibly, a murmur rippling through. Whoopi's eyebrows shoot up, Sunny shifts uncomfortably, but Joy presses, leaning forward with that grandmotherly faux concern. "No offense, dear, but at your age, maybe it's time to solo a man complicate the melody." The studio freezes, time stretching taut as Bennifer's face transforms, a smile fading to a tight line, eyes flashing with the steel that's carried her through tabloid wars and boardroom battles. This isn't banter, it's a barrage, personal pokes disguised as punchlines, dredging up divorces like dirty laundry aired for ratings. J.Lo's team in the control booth tenses, producers whispering furiously into headsets, but live TV waits for no one. The other hosts attempt salvage Sarah with a hasty pivot to twins talent, Alyssa mumbling about privacy rights, but the damage is done, the vibe soured like milk left in the sun. Bennifer's responses shorten, her gestures stiffen, that Bronx edge sharpening beneath the glamour. We've all seen celebrity interviews go south, awkward pauses, evasive smiles, but this feels different, deeper, a violation of the unspoken code. Celebrate the work, not dissect the wounds. Joy, oblivious or perhaps reveling, powers on, her voice rising over the unease. "Come on, J.Lo, we're dying to know, is the Green Lantern still lit, or did Affleck blow it out again?" It's the final straw, the push that propels us toward the precipice, where poise meets breaking point. In this moment, the power dynamic flips. The guest, long the spectacle, becomes the sentinel, guarding her narrative against the interrogator's onslaught. And as the clock ticks mercilessly toward climax, one thing's clear: this isn't just about Lopez or Behar, it's a referendum on respect in the relentless machine of media, where vulnerability is currency and boundaries are blurred for buzz. But we're not there yet. Savor the simmer, the slow boil that's about to overflow, because the real drama, it's in the details, the micro-expressions and miscues that foreshadow the storm. Bennifer is not just a star, she's a survivor, and Joy is about to learn what happens when you poke the phoenix. The tension coils tighter now, invisible threads pulling everyone into its web as the segment barrels toward its fateful turn. Bennifer, ever the professional, rallies for one last promotional push, unveiling a surprise clip from her film that has the host suing and a tense courtroom showdown where her character unleashes a monologue on resilience that's pure fire. Whoopi claps thunderously. "That's chills, girl. You've got that Meryl gravitas with J.Lo flair." The audience mirrors the enthusiasm, but the undercurrent lingers, Joy's barbs echoing like aftershocks. Sunny, sensing salvage, steers to lighter fare. "Your style game is unmatched." To tell us about that Met Gala gown that broke the internet, J.Lo relaxes a fraction, launching into the designer's tale, the late night spinning fabrics, the thrill of strutting red carpets as a Latina trailblazer. Her passion reignites the room, Sarah hanging on every word about empowering young designers from diverse backgrounds. Alyssa nods along, adding a nod to the fashion industry's inclusivity push, and for a breath, normalcy returns, a smile's genuine, laughter unforced. But Joy, like a comedian allergic to segues, can't resist the encore. She's fidgeting now, her bangles clinking as she gestures emphatically, that New York accent thickening with each syllable. "Style's one thing, Bennifer, but heart? You've worn it on your sleeve so many times, it's threadbare." Mark was the baby daddy drama, Chris was the steady but snoozy, now Ben, with his brooding Batman vibes. Is he the hero or just another plot hole? The words slice sharper this time, laced with condescension that masquerades as candor. The audience's chuckles turning to coughs and concerned whispers. Whoopi is quick with a redirect at Joy. "Let the woman breathe." But it's feeble, the host dynamic fracturing under the weight. Bennifer's jaw sets, her fingers twisting the hem of her blouse, a telltale sign for those who know her tells. She's faced worse paparazzi swarms, betrayal headlines splashed across Us Weekly, but here, under hot lights and homebound eyes, it's intimate, inescapable. The reply comes measured, laced with honeyed steel. "Joy loves my muse, not my mess. It shapes my art, fuels my fiery care." To hear more about the album instead, it's a graceful dodge, but Joy smells weakness, pouncing with veteran verve. "Oh, the album's great, sure, yeah, this is me now, right? All about renewal after Alex. But honey, at 55, chasing ring number 4? Maybe trade the telenovela for a solo spin, less baggage, more bliss." Gasps punctuate the air, the control room scrambling for bumpers, producers sweating through headsets as ratings tick upward in real time. Sarah's wide-eyed, mouthing woe off mix. Sunny's hand hovers near Joy's arm, a silent plea to pump the brakes. But Joy's on a roll, her face alight with that thrill of transgression, the kind that's kept her relevant through decades of daytime dust-ups. "I'm just saying, from one New Yorker to another, I've been married longer than you've been single." Ditch the drama, embrace the downtime. Your fans want hits, not heartaches. It's the pinnacle of presumption, reducing a lifetime of triumphs to tabloid fodder, ignoring the empire built on those very heartaches. From Selena's tragic biopic to Hustler's box office heist, Bennifer's color drains, then flushes, her breath shallow as the studio spins in slow motion. We've crossed into forbidden territory, not speculation, but judgment, not just accuse, hurled by a peer who's supposed to uplift, not undermine. The other hosts flounder, Whoopi attempting levity with a marriage quip that falls flat, Alyssa mumbling about work-life balance, but the spell's broken, the magic evaporated. In this suspended heartbeat, Bennifer weighs options: laugh it off, clap back, or claim her power the only way left by leaving. Her mind races as flashes of therapy sessions unpacking public scrutiny, affirmations whispered in hotel mirrors, the fierce mama bear protecting her kids from echo chambers of envy. Joy, meanwhile, sips her coffee oblivious, basking in the spotlight she's commandeered, her co-host's discomfort a distant hum. But the audience feels it, that collective cringe turn into quiet fury on social feeds already lighting up. #TeamJlo trending. Memes of Joy as nosy neighbor spawning by the minute. This is the anatomy of too far, the incremental escalations, the ignored red flags, the entitlement of experience overriding empathy. Live TV's a tightrope, and Joy's dancing a jig while Bennifer balances blindfolded. As the applause cue misses its mark, silence descends, heavy as velvet curtains, and in that void, J.Lo's voice emerges, soft but seismic. Joy, with respect, my heart's not up for audit. It's mine to mend, mine to share on my terms. It's polite thunder, a boundary drawn in diamond dust, but Joy waves it away like smoke. Lighten up, Dalla, it's all in fun. Next question, boxers or Ben's briefs? The laugh track cues awkwardly, but no one joins, the chasm widening. And there it is, the push, the precipice, the point of no return. What follows isn't just a walk-off, it's a reclamation, a statement etched in exit, proving that even queens get pushed, but only they decide when to rise. We're teetering on the edge now, hearts pounding in sync with the ticking clock, because in the annals of awkward TV, this moment's about to etch itself eternal. But pause with me here, in the summer's sweet agony, where words wound deeper than slaps, and silence screams loudest. Bennifer Lopez isn't crumbling, she's crystallizing, her resolve hardening like lava to obsidian, ready to shatter the facade. Joy Behar, love her or loathe her, just lit the fuse on a firework of fallout that no edit can contain.